If you're struggling with anxiety and you miss saying yes to your life, then you have got to listen up, because this is what you need to be doing. Now, we all know that avoidance and anxiety are besties, right? And when you're feeling anxious about being anxious, then often we stop doing things because we're worried we're going to become anxious while doing them. And so sooner or later, we begin saying no to a whole lot of things when we would have been saying yes if we weren't struggling with anxiety. Now, a lot of people suggest exposure therapy for you to be able to overcome that avoidance. And I guess they're saying something like, feel the fear and face it anyway, which in its own right has its merits. But here's the thing, if you're struggling with anxiety and you try to do this on your own and you don't have the right steps put in place beforehand, you're actually going to land up doing more harm than good. And I see this all the time, right? People who throw themselves in the deep end without the required scaffolding and resources to be able to manage that. And then what they do is they confirm to the brain, yes, I don't have what it takes. This is too scary and I cannot cope. That is the very last thing that we need you to do, right? Exposure, or I like to call it engage, which is why it is the fourth step of my ease method, is really about teaching you how to go out there, do the things that you want to do, even if you have anxiety. But, and this is really important, you have got to have the right steps in place to be able to do that. You have got to know how to lean in, accept, and be with the anxiety in order to take it along with you. And you've got to know how to shift your focus off of the anxiety while you're doing that. Otherwise, you really are setting yourself up to fail. So if you're considering saying yes to things again and you want to try this out, then I highly recommend that you put the right steps in place. I'll do that with you inside an Ease Bootcamp. Otherwise, find yourself a therapist and a coach that is going to help you put those resources in place properly before you go ahead and expose yourself.